everyone. We are getting ready to start lecture on chapter 0.4. This section is called percents, decimals, and fractions. It's not a difficult section, not real long, so this will be one of our shorter lectures, okay? So we need to talk about a percent and what a percent is. So a percent, this means per 100, okay? Per 100. And you can write a percentage as a fraction or as a decimal, okay? So percentages mean per 100, and we can write them as a fraction or a decimal, okay? So the very first thing that we want to cover is we're going to be doing percents to fractions, okay? Percents to fractions. So let's say they gave us 40%, okay? Now, percentage means per 100, so we're going to take the 40%, the 40 becomes the numerator, and it is going to be over 100, as percent means per 100. So 40 over 100 would be your fraction. Now remember, we have dealt with fractions before, and you need to reduce as much as possible, okay? So this reduces all the way down to 2/5, okay? So always reduce fractions if possible, okay? All right, let's look at another one. If we were given 80% instead, okay? The 80 becomes the numerator of your fraction, and since percentages mean per 100, our denominator is 100. Once again, we can reduce 80 over 100, and this becomes 4/5, okay? You may also see something like 8%, okay? 8%, same thing. The 8 becomes the numerator. It's still over 100, and then you're going to reduce, and this becomes 2 over 25, okay? The other option that you could see with writing these as fractions would be something that looks like 150%, okay? So we can have percentages that are greater than 100, okay? It can happen. So we're going to do the exact same thing we did before. The 150 becomes the numerator. It's still over 100. Percentages still mean per 100, okay? And we can reduce. So this actually reduces to 3 over 2. And it is totally fine to leave this as the improper fraction, okay? This is totally fine, all right? Leave it as 3 over 2, okay? All right, so that is changing percentages to fractions. So like I said, that really isn't too difficult here. Let's move on. So we are now writing percentages to a decimal. Percentages to a decimal. Here, you are going to move the decimal 2 places, if I can squeeze that in, to the left. So to change a percent to a decimal, you're going to drop the percent sign, and you're going to move that decimal 2 places to the left. That's all we're doing. So let's go ahead and look at 40%. Now, 40 is a whole number. So we know that the decimal in a whole number is to the right of the whole number. All we need to do is move this decimal 2 places to the left. So we're dropping the percent sign. We move the decimal 2 places to the left. So our answer is 0.4. Now, if you write the 0 there for the 40, that's fine. We don't need to. Remember, those are those falling zeros. You do not have to write that 0, okay? Let's say we were given 15%. 15%. Same thing. 15 is a whole number. Excuse me. So the decimal is to the right of that number, and right of the 5. We're going to move it 2 places to the left. So we now have 0.15, and we do not need the percent sign. Okay? Let's say instead they gave us 8%. 8%, okay? Same thing, it's a whole number 8. Here's our decimal. Now we're going to move it 2 places to the left. 1, 2. Now if you notice, I do not have a number here. Okay, so you're going to put in a 0 as a placeholder. So this would become 0.08. Now this 0 is important, okay? This is a placeholder, 0.08. Let's look at 150%. Same thing, it's a whole number. Put the decimal all the way to the right, and we're going to move it 2 places to the left. So this time we have a whole number and a decimal, and that's okay, because this was greater than 100%. So this would become 1.5 as your answer, okay? 1.5 is your answer. Excuse me. They could give you a percentage such as 5.6% that has a decimal in it. This is technically not a decimal because this is written as a percentage, okay? So if they already gave you a decimal in the problem, you're going to use this decimal and then move it 2 places to the left. So this time we're starting with the decimal in 5.6 and moving it 2 places to the left. Once again, I need a 0 as a placeholder. So this answer is 0.056, okay? And this can happen. So make sure you remember, this is not technically a decimal. This is a percentage. We're moving it and turning it into a decimal, okay? And let's look at 0.6%. 0.6%. So same thing. Yeah, there's a decimal here, but this is a percentage. So we're going to start at the decimal. We're going to move it 2 places to the left. As you see, we need 2 zeros as placeholders. So our answer would be 0.006. Okay, 0.006. All right, let's keep on going. So we're going to do a couple more things here. All right, so the next thing we're doing is we are changing a decimal, I can write decimal, to percentage this time. So last time we did a percentage to a decimal. Now we're doing a decimal to a percentage. And to do this, you are going to move the decimal 2 places to the right. And then you're going to add the percent sign, okay? So we're going to move the decimal 2 places to the right, and then we're going to add in a percent sign because we're changing this from a decimal to a percentage, okay? So let's do a couple of these. Let's look at 0.35. So looking at 0.35, right, this is a decimal. We want to move it to a percentage. We're going to take the decimal, and we're going to move it 2 places to the right. Well, that makes this a whole number 35, and our answer is a percentage, so we add the percent sign, okay? Let's look at 5.77. So once again, we already have a decimal in the problem, right? It's right here. We're going to move it 2 places to the right to make it a percent. 1, 2. So this is now 577, and then we need to add that percent sign. Okay, so we can have a very large percentage. That can happen. Let's look at 0.4. 0.4. So once again, we're going to start with the decimal. We're going to move it 2 places to the right. But if you notice, I don't have a number here. So we're going to add in that 0 as the placeholder. So our answer is 40%. Add that percent sign in. Okay. If we had something like 0.03, same thing. Move the decimal 2 places to the right. This is now a whole number 3, and add the percent sign. Okay. So the biggest thing with remembering the 2 differences is, one, you're moving the decimal to the right, you're adding percent sign. The other one, right, a percentage to a decimal, you're moving it 2 places to the left and you're getting rid of the percent sign, okay? So it's very important that you make sure that you distinguish between the 2 and don't flip-flop them, right, because then you're going to get those wrong. Okay, let's keep going. Believe it or not, we're almost done with this section. It's a nice short section. So we are now changing percentages to fractions, okay? Percentages to fractions. You're going to want to change the percent to, it's a bad percent, there we go, percent to a decimal, then decimal to fraction, okay? So when changing a percent to a fraction, you're going to take the percentage and change it to a decimal. Once we have it in decimal form, we can write it as a fraction. So we've done this before, right, in other sections, okay? So let's go ahead and do some examples. So let's say we had 6.5%. So 6.5%. Okay, I need to write this as a fraction. Well, first I have to get rid of the percentage. I need to change it to a decimal. So by doing that, we're going to move the decimal 2 places to the left. So this now becomes 0.065. 0.065, okay? Now I have it written as a decimal. Well, I can write a decimal as a fraction. We've done this before, right? So I'm going to take the number, the decimal, and that becomes the numerator in our fraction. And remember, when we're writing a fraction from a decimal, it's some power of 10, right? So we would start here with our tens, hundreds, thousands place. Or if you remember, 1, 2, 3 decimal places, I need 1, 2, 3, 0. So it's 65 over 1,000. Once again, this is a fraction, and you should reduce if possible, right? If possible. And this reduces to 13 over 200. So that would be your final answer for that problem. So out of all of these, this one is the one that'll probably take the most work out of all of them. And it's not that much work, okay? All right, let's do another one. Let's look at 42.5%. So usually I see this type of problem wrong on the homework and on the test because we get excited. We're like, oh, there's a fraction. That means that's the answer. This is not technically a fraction. This is a percentage. So we need to write this as a decimal, okay? And first we have to change this 1/2 into a decimal so that way we can move the decimal place over. So 1 divided by 2 gives us 0.5, right? And we should know that 1/2 is 0.5 as a decimal. So this is now 42.5%. Now I can change the decimal from the percentage into a true decimal by moving it 2 places to the left. So this is now 0.425. 0.425. So we've changed it to a decimal. Now I can write this as a fraction, right? The 425 becomes the numerator over, we need to see what our denominator is. Remember, tens, hundreds, thousands. Or you could have counted the spots, 1, 2, 3. Decimal places, 1, 2, 3, 0. So 425 over 1,000. This does reduce to 17 over 40. Okay? So hopefully this isn't too bad for you here. There's a couple steps, but it's nothing too crazy. Okay? All right. We are on to the last little bit of this section. So now we are changing fractions to percents. Fractions to percents. So you want to take the fraction to a decimal, and then, it's really bad, I'm sorry guys, I have really bad handwriting, to a decimal, and then you're going to do the decimal to percentage. And always remember, if you can't read something, I do have these as a PDF notes, okay? Or you can always message me questions as well. So to change fractions to percentages, you're going to change the fraction to a decimal, and then we're going to take the decimal and change it to a percentage, right? We just learned how to do that by moving the decimal 2 places to the right and adding the percent sign. So let's do a couple of these. So let's say they gave us 9 over 10. 9 over 10, that's our fraction we want to change to a percentage. We are going to change this to a decimal. So remember, to change fractions to decimal, they're division problems. Fractions are division problems. And you're going to do it exactly how it's given to you. 9 divided by 10. Well, 9 divided by 10 is 0.9. okay? Now, we just learned that we can take a decimal and change it to a percentage by moving the decimal 2 places to the right. If you notice, I have a spot here I need to fill, so that's going to be a 0 as a placeholder. So we have 90, and we need to add a percent sign because we're changing it to a percentage. So that's how you change a fraction to a percent. Let's do another. Let's look at 5/8. 5/8. Same thing. To change 5/8 into a percentage, we need to change it to a decimal first. So you're going to divide exactly how it's given. 5 divided by 8 is 0.625 is a decimal. All right, we change it to a decimal. Now let's change it to a percentage by moving that decimal 2 places to the right. So it's right in between that 2 and 5. So this is 62.5, and we need to add that percent sign, okay? All right, there's 2 more I want you to look at real quick with me, and this will probably be our shortest video all semester. So let's go ahead and look at 7/12. So same thing, we're gonna go ahead and divide exactly how it's given. 7 divided by 12. Well, 7 divided by 12 ends up becoming 0.58333333, so on and so forth, right? It fills up your whole calculator screen. So there's a repeating 3. So usually when this happens, or is going to happen for a problem, they're going to go ahead and write in the instructions that you need to round. Okay, so typically it'll be, round to the nearest tenth. Remember that TH lets us know that we're dealing with the decimal place. Okay, so let's say we were given this problem and they told you to round to nearest tenth, right? And we already did this so far. You cannot round until you have changed this to the percentage, okay? So you need to get it to where it's almost the final answer before you round. So since we've already worked this far, right, and we already came up with our decimal, we need to change it to a percentage by moving that decimal 2 places to the right. So this now looks like 58.3333, so on and so forth, right? That's making this a percentage. Now we can round to the nearest tenth. So once again, remember, there's only one ones place in a whole number, and it's right here to the left of the decimal. After that, it starts off with the tenths place. So here we are. This is what we're rounding to. We're rounding the 3. We're looking to the right. It's a 3. So that means this 3 stays the same. So this ends up becoming 58.3%. Okay? So that would be your answer. When this happens, like I said, they're going to tell you to go ahead and round. Okay? Round to the nearest tenth. All right. One more example. So let's look at 3 3/4. 3 3/4. That's a mixed number, okay? Now what's great about a mixed number that has nothing attached, right? This isn't a percentage, this is just a regular mixed number, is that the whole number 3 is always going to stay a whole number 3. So far, we have half our answer, okay? Whole number 3. Now you just need to focus on the fraction to change it, okay, into a decimal. So we're going to do, 3 divided by 4 gives you 0.75. Okay, so up here I now have 3.75. Now that I change this into a decimal, I can move it 2 places to the right to make it a percentage. So now we have 375%. Okay. All right, so like I said, a very short section. If you have questions over any of the material from point 3 or point 4, please send me a message. I haven't been hearing from you guys, so I'm taking it that you're getting the material. Like I said, I'm here. I'm available to help you out in any way that I can, okay? And make sure that you are checking messages on Canvas through your email, and if you signed up for the texting, through the texting as well. It's like the best way to get a hold of me is through texting. Also, I have made comments on some of the homework assignments. Please review those so that you can ensure that you're getting your points, okay? All right, thanks guys.